and a normalization of fleet in use.
Madhya, many thanks for joining us. The big national story: the Supreme Court has slammed Union Law Minister Kiren Rijiju for attacking the Collegium system of appointing judges. The apex court said that the government cannot refuse to comply with the law of the land and frustrate the process by sitting on files. It's warned the centre that it was crossing the Rubicon and that the court was in fact being soft and patient for now. Ashmit joins us now with more on what transpired in court today. Ashmit, take us through what the provocation seems to be today.
Well, the Supreme Court today expressing its deep anguish and frustration at what it calls is the centre frustrating the process of judicial appointments. Keep in mind that in the previous hearing, the Supreme Court had red flagged how various files and recommendations that are sent by the Collegium, the centre then chooses to sit on these files indefinitely, which delays the entire process, frustrates the entire process. And in fact, towards that end, the Supreme Court had, in a very sharp question, had posed a sharp question and had sought a reply from the Law Ministry. What they got instead was a public comment by the Law Minister. The public comment essentially said that if they're so keen on it, the judiciary should go ahead and appoint its own judges. Now, that is one comment that did not go down well with the bench today. The bench, in fact, while not taking his name directly, said that there were people higher up on the government machinery that have been making public comments, that these public comments are not welcome, are not in good taste, and if required, while the Supreme Court may be acting soft and patient for now, the Supreme Court will not be shy of acting if required and going ahead and appointing judges to the Supreme Court as well as the High Courts. Now, the Supreme Court expressing its frustration and saying that the centre in sitting on these files is crossing the Rubicon, that this is the timelines have gone completely haywire, that there are appointments, there is good talent that is lost because of the fact that the centre chooses to sit on these files. And on the back of these concerns, once again, the Supreme Court has asked for more clarity from the Law Ministry, and towards that end, in fact, even directing what the Supreme Court called was a double barrel of the Attorney General and the Solicitor General to convey the court's concerns to the government. And they've sought answers. The next hearing in this case will be on December 8th.
Ashmit, many thanks for joining us. And that wraps things up here on this edition of Business 360. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned to CNBC-TV18. The news continues on the other side.